Hello guys, we are here once more and we have a new independent artist. No, it's not artist. It's not just one artist. This is a band and this is from Canada. I'm just curious. This is about rock or punk rock. Let's see what they have to present to us and obviously we are going to explore their Spotify. And let me talk to Ryan and Randy. Ryan, where are you right now?
Well, I'm in my little music room at my house. We're based out of Victoria, British Columbia, which is on the west coast of Canada on Vancouver Island.
All right. And Randy.
Me, I'm in the what I call the doghouse. It's my suite in the basement of my house. Every man should have one. Every man should know how to get to it. All right. But no, it's just I'm in in Victoria, here in James Bay, Victoria, beautiful town. Yeah, in my basement suite.
Okay, so both of you are representing Signal Static, right?
That's true.
Great. Three members.
Four now.
Four now. Okay. Can you tell us the name of the other two members?
Gino is our guitar player, and we just recently were joined by a new bassist named Alex, who is taking over bass from me.
Right. So it's Ryan, Randy, Alex, and
Gino.
Gino.
Dino. All right. Great, great, great. So it's all about rock. Am I right?
Yeah, I think
Great.
you can say that for sure.
Punk rock, hard rock.
I just like, yeah, I would say hard rock. I mean, there's definitely punk elements to it. It's a bit of metal. There's some funk. There's a little bit of everything. So.
Okay, I have to say something. I shouldn't say that, but I just loved one of those songs, and then I was listening to one more and one more and one more. I just loved all of those songs, man. This is a very great sound. And when you talk about rock, there is a lot of bands, many new artists every day on Spotify. And then we are going to talk about curation and production of playlists. And we have to bring together new artists. And I'm gonna for sure include one of those songs on our playlist. All right, for metal like punk rock or hard rock.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yep.
Great. So let's talk about the next release. What's the next release and the date of that?
So it's tomorrow. It's called Objects of Affection. And it's so I know you've been listening to some of the older stuff off of our first album, which is called Start Transmission, and this is kind of a sort of a different direction. We're a bit of a new revitalized band. We have a new singer, which is me. And we've kind of changed up a lot of our approach to songwriting, I think, for this. Being locked in our jam bunker for the last 2.5 years through COVID, we just kind of just changed our approach, and this is the first of several new songs that are going to showcase that.
Okay, that's great. So tomorrow, guys, if you want to find out about this band Signal Static, just go to Spotify and we are going to talk about where people can find you. So you have Spotify, Twitter, Bandcamp, YouTube, Instagram. Tell us the social network handle.
Yeah, so I mean, you can find us under Signal Static under pretty much anything. Facebook is probably where we're most active because we're old men. But certainly,
No TikTok.
No
we are on TikTok, but we have like 5 videos on there. I still have no idea how to use TikTok, so we're just figuring it out. But yeah, we're on there. We're on Instagram, and of course all of the streamers, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, and all of that stuff. And then we have our website where you kind of get a hub to everything, which is signal-static.com.
Okay, signal-static.com. All right, that's the website where our audience can find you and also all your social networks. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Great, great.
And tomorrow too, along with with Objects of Affection being released on all of our streaming platforms, we also have our first music video really that we've done, which is going to be dropping for that on YouTube at the same time. So it's pretty exciting.
And who are those good-looking guys on the music video? Because I know it's not available, but I was watching that. I have the pleasure to watch that. So in advance, who are those ones? Are the band and also some actors, or just the band members?
Well, yeah, I mean, the video is made from yeah, footage of us and also stock footage essentially. So we had a really good video designer from Sweden named Martin who put all that together for us, and we kind of came up with the concept, and he sourced all kinds of cool footage and put it together. So yeah, I'm happy
So
with the
it's
result.
mixed some footages and also the band playing, right?
Yeah,
That's good. That I love this kind of concept. I was producing music videos as well with the same concept, and this is a way to, especially for independent artists, when they want to like create a music video and a different production for the band, but there is no big resource, no big investments, and this is a very good option. I just love the idea. So tomorrow it's gonna be available on YouTube, right?
that's right. Yeah.
Okay, YouTube.
It's gonna debut on a website called Stereo Stickman. He's gonna debut it for us. It's sort of an exclusive for him, and then it'll be up on all the
Oh,
platforms.
it's not the band YouTube channel.
It will be the band, yeah, yeah.
Oh, the
It'll
band.
so he'll be Stereo Stickman will be sort of premiering it for us. But it will be yeah it'll be up on YouTube and we'll have a few other cool videos that are going to go live tomorrow as well. We have a live version that we recorded last week in our friend's studio, kind of live stream style, and we also have a really cool reaction video dropping on a local band Smokeout, which is going to be really cool. So lots of cool stuff happening on release day.
Okay, and also for those who want to know more about the past of the band as well, there is some videos from a year ago, and they can explore those too as well. It's the same music style, didn't change.
Uh, I don't know. What do you think? Right? It sort of changed a bit. We're writing a little bit differently, but I think we've just gotten better at doing the same thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm asking that because I have a lot of bands, and like after 2 years, they change the concept, keep the same music genre, but change the concept. Sometimes it works, for others doesn't work. But anyway, in your case, your band is keeping the same music style, the same concept through the years. Good.
yeah. I think that to put it in, I guess, an easier term to understand, or like a good analogy would be, the first album was like our bachelor's degree, and now we're doing a master's in signal static, right? Where we've actually figured out our sound. We have a more unified and a more I don't know, signature sound, if you will, that
Yeah, that's what
is
I'm talking about. Signature sound.
yeah, it's more uniquely us now. And before, we were just kind of picking pieces from all over the place and putting songs together in a more,
Can I
I guess,
say like an experimentation?
yeah, abstract experimentation way. And now I think it's much more succinct. You know, we are much more focused. We can make songs a lot faster now because of it, because we can feel each other in the space, kind of thing. We know where we are and what we're expected to do. So
Right, there is a definition. Am I right?
yeah, yeah.
Great. So give
Yeah, it
me.
was it was it was definitely an experience. Like I say, getting locked locked down for 2.5 years because of COVID.
Oh
We
yeah,
just
that's
had
true.
had no other choice but to just kind of like spend our time writing songs and getting better at the craft of being musicians, pretty much, and really the craft of being signal static. So I
All
think what
right.
you're seeing is with objects and our next bunch of new songs is it's the same kind of thing. It's just we figured out how to do it better.
Right. Give me an like a suggestion about your portfolio because I right now I have your Spotify on my monitor. So I want to know if you give me some suggestion, like the best song to start exploring your
Mm.
Spotify. I am a new fan and I want just to start exploring your portfolio right now. Give me a suggestion.
Well, I would have to say, and I'll speak for myself here, that Objects of Affection and Under the Skin, those two songs are the new Signal Static. That's us in our newest iteration. And
Well,
so
those those
those would
those
be
those
most
songs aren't actually up on Spotify yet.
Yeah, they're
Great,
not
but
quite there
it's
yet,
not.
so you won't find them there. But I would say "Paralyzed" is one of the songs that's on that list right there that I would definitely look at because it's one that we're going to be rebuffing and giving a new spin on fairly soon here. So that one and "Meaningless" I would say is also another one we're pretty
Great.
happy with this being a
Yeah,
pretty
I
So
iconic
probably
song.
I
we
probably
are
say the
talking
same
about
thing
this one,
too.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
So Ryan, you said something.
Yeah, so I think yeah, I would probably choose the same two off of there too. I think "Meaningless" and "Paralyzed" are two songs that we're going to be, updating, with the sort of current formation of the band, and they're also songs that just rock pretty damn hard. Um,
Okay, I
uh,
can see that there is one of them, and this is the audience um, preference because
Yeah.
there is like 19,000 plays. That's amazing. So
we
we
did
are
get a lot
going
of
to.
plays on "Life Will Prevail."
Sorry, say again.
I say yeah, we did get a lot of plays on "Life Will Prevail" for sure.
I think
Right.
Gino is just clicking on that "Life Will Prevail" number. He's trying to get
Maybe.
credit for that song.
Don't say that they are lying, guys. No, don't say that. They have some fans, and also on social networks, everybody's coming to Spotify. You are going to come as well and explore their portfolio. Stop saying that the band is not good. Come on, you are saying
Well,
that
I
you
didn't
are
say we're
good.
not good. I just think that I think that that song is I don't know. It's I like it, but it's strange that that's the song people latched onto. "Life Will Prevail."
You know what's happening sometimes? Maybe this wasn't your lead single at the time, but
Yeah,
it goes to some playlist by the algorithm, so it's automatical. So you can't do anything about
global
that,
listeners.
and
I think
people like
the
it.
I think the subject matter probably has some part to play there too. It's got that kind of apocalyptic, environmental feel, which is certainly popular with a lot of people, I think. And it's a timely message too, because it's
Right. So
basically
let's start
asking the
with
question. Yeah,
Paralyzed then.
sure.
Yeah.
Great, great, great.
And a little background on this too. So the old album, this album here, we were a four piece with another singer. I was playing bass, and then of course Randy on drums, Gino on guitar. So this has a different feel for that reason as well. It's sort of a bit of a different wheelhouse here. Oh, yes, the yellow pictures. Proud of you, Randy.
Wow, that's just great, man. Really, I was just like, can you imagine this? Like watching a live performance. I was.
There actually is one on YouTube now that we just did of that song, which is it turned out pretty good.
That's explosive. I was seeing the pictures on Instagram right now about the live performance, etc. And is there any concert?
Coming up?
Yes.
Geez, I don't know. It depends how many people want to give us a call and book us for some shows in the next little while here.
Okay, it's not guys. Just you have to call and book those guys. Come to England. Come on.
Well, I'd be there in a heartbeat, man,
Oh,
for
geez,
sure.
yeah.
Love to play in England, trust me.
You should. You
Um,
should.
yeah, I think it's going to happen sooner than later. We just had to add that extra bit with a new bassist, and obviously with the lineup change, that's really slowed progress down in that regard. But I think now we finally got our set nailed down pretty well with the new elements in place. So it's not going to be too long from now. I'll say that.
Yeah,
That's
I think
amazing.
we're in a very close here. We've been playing with Alex for just about a month, and he's already really taken to the songs. And like Randy said, I think we're very close.
Right. Great. 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 So let me see if I understood. The band was formed with different members, and then there is some change after some years. And now this new formation is starting a new project with the same band, the same concept.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you,
so
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was
Go
just
ahead.
gonna say, yeah. So originally it was the three of us. It was myself, Randy, and Gino, who started things up, going back to 2015 now. And so we wrote a bunch of songs, which many of which are on that album. And then we joined up with our previous singer, whose name was Connor, and we recorded that album with him. After COVID happened and we kind of got shut down, we actually released Start Transmission right on the heels of COVID lockdowns, so we really didn't get a chance to do much promotion for it or
Oh
play any
yeah, we
shows.
couldn't perform, we couldn't do anything, lockdowns,
Yeah,
etc. I understand that situation and was horrible. With us was the same. This is the reason Superpop.tv was born, exactly because the artists couldn't perform, so we just created a music TV channel with Zoom interviews, exactly because we needed a solution at the time. And after that, we are keeping that solution because it's amazing. We are having interview with many artists from around the world, including from Canada right now. So what happened after the pandemic then?
yeah. Well, so partly because of that, and just because of other things, Connor decided to leave the band, and so we didn't have a lead vocalist, and so the three of us just kind of decided, you know what, let's just kind of huddle up and just make some new stuff. And I kind of took over as the vocalist, sort of as a stopgap initially. I have tended to write a lot of the vocal parts and lyrics and stuff anyway, so it kind of made sense for me to kind of fill that role. And then as time went on, we all just kind of realized that hey, this is working better than any of us expected, and decided to make it a permanent move. So I've kind of switched off of playing bass over into to doing the lead vocals permanently, and so hence we've added a bass player to take over for me.
Right, that's good. Can we show the music video right now, or you are
Yeah,
going?
sure,
Can you do that? So
sure. I mean,
this is the new song, guys. It's not on Spotify. This is just us. Nobody
it
was
it,
watching this, right?
probably will be as of when this goes out, right? Because it's dropping tomorrow. So
Yeah. So those who want to check out their new release, that's objects of affection, just go to YouTube, Signal Static YouTube channel, or
Yep,
Spotify,
that's right.
right? Okay, let's do it then. Can you see YouTube right now?
No.
No. And now?
Yeah, there we go.
Wow, that's amazing, man. I just loved it. So, the video clip is the music video is good. I was just watching and I couldn't just stop watching, like grabbed my attention. And this is interesting. You said it's mixing footage of the band and also other footage about the other people um, mixing together and doing like how can I say? Yeah, it's a mix of footage and it's simple, but just works because I couldn't understand. There is an history behind the music video and matching with the lyrics, and this is good. So I liked it. And
Good.
what can we say about the next phase of this project? Because now you have a new music video tomorrow, right? Uh, with this new song on Spotify. And after that, is any plan for the next month or after that?
Yeah, so we have several songs that we've recorded sort of initially with the three of us, similar to Objects of Affection. So yeah, we have a bunch of songs that are going to be coming out over the next few months, and I think we're kind of leaning towards putting out an EP maybe next year sometime, or EP
Oh, that's
or an
great.
album.
So after January, right?
Yeah, it'll be in the new year sometime.
New Year. Okay, that's good. So if for those who wants to be updated about the next phase of this project, just go to Spotify and follow the band. Follow those profiles on Spotify. Let's talk about the profiles on social networks where you are going to post something about the new phase of the project too. So you have 7 different social networks. Give us the social network handle where people can find you.
Yeah, it should all be under Signal Static, either Signal Static or Signal_Static, depending on the one. But
All right. So for those who want to explore the next phase of this project, just go to the social networks. Just let us know which social networks can we find you.
yeah, so Facebook, like I said, is probably our main one. Again, because we're old and we still use Facebook. But yeah, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, kind of, TikTok, kind of, and then also, I guess, our own website at signal-static.com, where we have like a blog and some press releases and that kind of stuff that are coming in, which are pretty cool. Some
All right.
reviews and interviews and that kind of stuff.
All right. So signal-static.com, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, Bandcamp, YouTube, and Instagram. All Signal Static.
That's right.
Great. So now I have another question, and this is about personal life. After pandemic, everyone had problems, and this is normal for producers, artists, singers, musicians, etc. So how could you conciliate family, work, and also artistic career? This is really difficult for everyone. How can you do that?
Yeah, I think for me personally, and probably for our guitar player Gino, we both have young children, so
Me
you know,
too. He's
yeah,
11
and
years old.
yeah, so like when they're sick, we have to take precautions that we don't want to infect the rest of the bandmates or, society at large. So we kind of try to, be a little more responsible with, quarantining, and that kind of dips into our practice time and available time in the studio. So that's been really a challenge, I think. Trying to stay healthy ourselves mentally and physically is a huge part of it. For me personally, it's just balancing the family and having enough time to still enjoy going down to the jam space with these guys.
Yeah, and I
Brian.
think, I'm kind of fortunate in that, fortunate in this context, and that's I don't have any kids, so it's just me and my wife, and so we've been able to, we also have worked from home primarily, so we've been able to stay pretty healthy, but certainly, taking the precautions, like Randy said, we've had to take, several little mini hiatuses from doing band stuff, just as people have been sick or exposed or whatever. One of the nice things that about the way that we work, and what we kind of set up over the course of the pandemic, is that we really invested in having our own setup at our jam space for recording, and so we have a really cool setup now, which all of the songs that we've released, we recorded ourselves in our own space with our own setup, which has gotten kind of progressively better over time. And that makes it kind of easier to kind of get together and in a couple of hours to be able to put out some ideas and record them, and then we can kind of go home afterwards and sort of work on those individually ourselves, and upload a bass track or upload a vocal track, and then by the time we get together the next time, we've all kind of got that new material and we can kind of build on it from there. So that's made it easier despite all of the kind of setbacks.
I love when I hear this kind of stuff. You are just setting up your own studio and just producing music and not waiting for a producer to find you and, oh, let's come here, let's produce something. No, you are doing yourself. Guys, this is amazing. That's exactly what I say for all a kind of artist. Could be pop or rap or anything. Start doing something and you are going to attract the right audience, because this is difficult to build audience on social networks and also Spotify, and also you have to invest on that, advertisement, etc. And this is difficult for independent artists to do all that investment by themselves. So start doing, and then you are not spending money with production and still keeping going. And there is another thing. When you release songs on Spotify, every time you release a new song, you have one other chance to get on playlists. So obviously, if you have always at least one song to release every month, would be a great idea. So keep going with that, because the algorithm will just read the kind of music you are releasing and suggesting that music, like a recommendation for people who likes hard rock or punk rock.
Yeah,
Great.
That's the plan.
That's good. So performance after the pandemic, some artists who are before performing in great venues stopped doing that and started going to small venues like pubs, etc. It happened with you too?
I think it's difficult in Canada specifically, and in Victoria. We live on an island here in the southern tip of Vancouver Island. So
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so getting other talent to come play here is a little bit of a challenge, just because the geographic difference of being like, having being on an island, having to take a ferry or fly here. But it's also difficult for us to get off the island and go play other venues because of the added expense too. So it's about having available venues here in our city, which there aren't many since the pandemic. A lot of them closed down. A lot of these small bars that we used to play in and small venues that used to cater to more local talent and local artists have now evaporated. So that's really been the biggest challenge in getting our music out there publicly, playing in a live environment, is just the lack of venues here. So now we have to actually make the effort to get off of.
Can I say you are on this place here?
Yes, that's almost right on my house. No, how did you know where I lived?
I found you.
Yeah, Randy, I'm very close to that spot.
Look in your backyard and see if there's a big pin sticking out of it.
Pretty sure there's something.
Guys, let's do just a studio presentation then. So we are close through the internet. I'm going to the studio with you in some hours. You told me you are going to the studio, right?
Yeah, we have our so we have our own studio.
I will be there with you then, for sure. Can I watch?
Let's see here. Where are we? So
it's by Phillips Brewing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
You can see the brew. Yeah.
Anyway. Canada. It's an island.
You back that out. So you got Seattle is the closest big city in the United States. It's just about 3 hours by sea, and about 15-20 minutes by air if you take a small aircraft.
Oh my God, you are almost there in the United States. All right, okay.
We're actually, we're below the parallel that puts most of Canada north of us. So
okay, all right, good. So what we're going to do now is exploring another song. And obviously, we just had the music video for the song that's going live tomorrow. And then, which one we could explore now? Can we do Life Will Prevail?
I was going to mention something, which is that we do have a couple of live videos, like sort of live studio videos that we just did that are kind of cool. If you wanted to play one of those instead.
Oh, that's good. So we are going to your channel right now.
It's actually they're not on our channel yet. They're on the studio's channel. I'll grab the link for you here.
Okay, let's do it then.
What do you think we should do, Randy?
Geez, that's a good question. I don't know, man. Are you talking about the videos we just did up in Duncan?
Yeah. I'll throw them dead, man. It's one of our new songs.
Okay, I'm just gonna duck out here for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll just put this in I put it in the chat for you.
What did we choose?
Yeah, so this is a live performance we did last weekend of a song, one of our new songs called Dead Man.
Right. Okay. So can you see it right now?
Yeah.
Great.
This song is called Dead Man. It's about how the world would be better off without some people.
Nope.
Audio cut out there.
The cycle hums on and on, the old familiar refrain. One more time, taking everything and leaving nothing. You don't have to be a dead man to regret. But at least a dead man's time is spent. A fortune made from a bargain price, or so it may seem, until you find the currency you've spent cannot be replaced. You don't have to be a dead man to regret a life that's stuck in blood where none is left. But at least a dead man has the sense to stop twisting the knife in his neck. All the riches in the world will be of no comfort when everything of lasting worth leaves for greener pastures. The cycle hums on and on, the old familiar refrain. You don't have to be a dead man to regret a life that's stuck in blood where none is left. But at least a dead man has the sense to stop twisting the knife in his neck.
Great, 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 man. Oh, look, congratulations for the results, because this is really, really good. I like it, and for sure, I don't have to say that, because when I don't like, I just say I don't like it. But I was for sure buying a ticket to a concert. You
That's
have to
nice to
come
hear.
to England. Come on, guys.
Yeah, that was a
Would
fun
love to
day.
do
We got to go up to a friend of mine's studio who he retired and decided to sort of build a big addition onto his house and built this just beautiful studio. And we were one of the first bands to go in there and sort of it was sort of set up as a test live stream because we might want to do some live stream shows up with him sometime in the near future. But yeah, the results were really cool. We had a lot of fun.
That's good when you do live streams and leave it available on YouTube, Facebook, etc., etc. This is good because people can get to know, and obviously it's good to build an audience online, but also mainly the audience that goes to your concert, or even if it's a pub, a small venue that goes to watch you. Those guys, they are the best ones. So it's a good strategy to put some samples of your live performance online. I have another question, and this is about the band's name. So Signal Static. What's the meaning of that? Why are you laughing? Is it funny?
There's some contention as to where it was sourced or where it started and what its meaning is. For me, I think that we had another project earlier that had the word static in it, so we kind of added that to the old project or to the new thing. But I'll let Ryan elucidate as to why or what the meaning of the name is.
Yeah. Well, so the way that Gino tells the story is that, and I think he's basically correct about this, is that one of our earlier songs, which is on the album Start Transmission, is called Signals. And at some point he was like, "Hey, we should call the band Signals." And we were like, "Yeah, that's kind of a cool name," but there was already a number of bands called Signals. So we're like, what else can we add to that? And I think that's where Randy's suggestion of bringing the word static in there. And I think we talked about, like, do we do Static Signal? But there was already a band called that. And so we went, hey, Signal Static. It's unique. It sounds cool. And when I think about the meaning behind it, I kind of think, and this is totally ad hoc on my part, but I think about the fact that our music is kind of about uncovering, truth amidst all the noise of our lives. And so it's like finding the signals in the static, so to speak. So that's how I like to explain it.
Great. All right, that's good. And I like the cover, the album cover. So now I want to know about the meaning of Objects of Affection, because that's the new song, the new release, the latest release that's coming live tomorrow on Spotify and all music streaming platforms. Am I right?
That's correct.
Right. What's the meaning of that?
So
actually, the meaning of the title and also the meaning of the lyrics, because I think there is a special meaning on that.
Yeah. So the song came about. I wrote it as we went through a situation where we were working with somebody in our local music scene. It was a local record label, and we had signed with them, and after a few months, a bunch of allegations ended up coming out about the guy who ran it, from women in the music scene who had experiences with him that were honestly quite disturbing. I mean, it was among other things, relationship based violence, sort of sexual exploitation, and just a lot of abuse. And there were a few allegations that came out, and then suddenly it was like the floodgates opened, and it was like this open secret in the scene that this person was acting like this.
Oh, and this is like a small city, right? It's a small community.
Not a huge, yeah. I mean, we're not tiny, but we're certainly not huge. And to have, I think at the end of it, there was 20 different people that I'd heard from who had either had experiences or had been told to stay away from this person. And so, and a few of those people I'm very close friends with now. And so it kind of inspired me to want to write a song about it, because it was one of those things that happened that was really upsetting, and it really shook us up as a band. And I wanted to sort of call out that behavior, because it seems like it just happens all the time, and you just see it everywhere you look. And so the title Objects of Affection basically is, alluding to the fact that, when you're in this kind of relationship with an abuser or a predator, what they will call affection is really just an excuse to abuse people. And so that's what Objects of Affection means.
That's interesting, because you will not believe on that. All my projects is exactly about that, but with child. So I fight against child exploitation, especially sexual slavery. This project here is exactly about that, because normally the abuser exchange that by affection, but that person is so needy, that person doesn't realize this is what's happening. At the beginning, seems like a good relationship, and in the end, it's just exploitation. And this is interesting, because this match with our project. So that's good. I'm very pleased to be talking to you about this, because we can see that it's not only rock and noise, etc. There is meaning, there is content, and this is very important for music production. Because let's be very honest, music production, especially what's more popular, normally is about sex, and the music is hypersexualized. In this case, your music brings a good message and something to, it's reflexive, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something that's that has been present, and I will always be present. And one of our new songs that will be coming out is a song that Randy wrote with some very poignant lyrics that deal with the state of the world, and I think the world that we want to make for ourselves. And I think that's something that we've always wanted to do, is to make music that means something.
Okay. One good topic as well is mental health. When you get crazy, and also matching this topic with rock and roll, must be interesting to sing a song like Crazy, and like with very good guitar riffs, etc., talking about being crazy. Mental health is something that's really in right now. So it's an idea for you for a new song in the future. Who knows? Could work. So we have to finish now, because I could be talking to you forever. I just loved your songs, guys, and I have to say thank you very much for this time with us. And I can tell you, we cannot do our job if you don't have artists like you producing music independently and great music like you are doing, what I found on Spotify. And for sure, I'm gonna follow and put those songs on my personal playlist. All right?
Sounds great, man. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, it's
Do
doing
you
great.
have do you have any message for those starting now? Because we have many younger people than us, starting now, and sometimes they give up because they don't have followers, don't have likes, etc. But this is not about followers and likes. Talent has nothing to do with likes and followers. So what message you have for those guys starting now?
Yeah, I think the most critical thing is be patient. Don't be afraid to use all your resources available to you, and yeah, be true to yourself. Like if you're producing art and music that is honest and an actual representation of who you are and what you represent, then you can't fail, right? It's when you're trying to emulate other people or have like an ulterior motive, like making money or building popularity as your goal, that's when you're likely not going to succeed, to be quite frank.
Yeah, and I think certainly for me, and I think for us, defining success the right way is so important. And I get to make music with two, and now potentially three of my best friends, people that I genuinely love and enjoy spending time with, who I respect as artists and as people, and we get to make music together. I get to write songs, and we get to write songs together, and I get to help my buddies write songs and make them into these really beautiful things. That's success as far as I'm concerned. So I think if you do it because you love it, you'll never be wrong.
All right, that's exactly what I say. If you are doing what you love and you are genuine, you are going to attract the right audience. Doesn't matter if you have likes, followers, or amount of plays on Spotify, etc. Doesn't matter. You are going to attract the right audience. Just be genuine and keep going. And there is one thing: when you produce one song or EP, etc., the next one, this is an exercise. The next one you can improve. The next one, improve a little bit more, and go and go. And one day, obviously, it's gonna have that click. People will find you on social networks or anywhere. And one good thing is you have to use the internet tools to make your artistic identity be mentioned in articles. This is very important. If you don't exist on the metaverse online, nobody can find you. So this is good. You are going in the right path. And I believe that with this quality of music, you are going to reach great success. All right?
That's the hope. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank you,
that.
and see you next time, guys. When you have a new song, just come to us and we have a new interview talking about the new projects.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Yeah, signal static.